Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Aiman and we talk about chemical machining process. So for the introduction is a non-traditional machining is a process which involves a mechanism to machine a material without direct contact between workpiece and the tool. It uses various other sources of energy like chemical, thermal, electrochemical, light, sound to remove material from the surface. It is employed for machining of highly complex parts in industries such as aerospace, automotive, manufacturing, and each other. It is used for manufacturing of high-precision parts such as deep internal cavities, fine quality components. A chemical machining is considered as one of the oldest machining methods. In this process, the material is removed from the surface by chemical dissolution. The chemical can be of acidic or alkaline in nature. A special coating can be also called as maskans are applied to protect areas from which metal is not to be removed. The mechanism of this process is to invoke a chemical reaction between workpiece material and a chemical reagent so that the product of the reaction can be removed easily. Chemical machining is the clean removal of metal from pre-described areas without altering the integrity or properties of the metal by means of a photochemical process. This process is primarily used in creating small thin metal parts of complex design with no burn or stasis for the parts. Talking about the step of process, it is classified as number 1, workpiece preparation, number 2, coating with masking material, number 3, scribing of the mask, number 4, etching, and lastly is cleaning masking material. The rate of chemical machining is dependent on many factors like the material of workpiece, the Etching concentration, the level of masking applications, the temperature of the surroundings. A process can be implemented based on the output parameters. In this case, some of the few output characteristics are surface finish, material removal rate, and accuracy. Other than that, we will be discussing these following characteristics in detail.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Aziz bin Hussein. My matrix number is 07DTP19F1030. Okay, I will present the two substances that I mainly use it in this machining process. They are two substances. Firstly, masking and secondly, etching. Okay, firstly, masking. Maskens are chemical resistance coatings that are used to cover the surfaces which are not to be machined. Maskens do not allow etching to penetrate through it and reach the material which is not to be dissolved. This technique is very useful to produce complex configuration in delicate parts which cannot be done by the conventional machining process. Okay, next is etching. The etchant is the chemical used in the chemical machining process which dissolves the workpiece and removes material by chemical reaction. To avoid uneven material removal from the submerge from the workpiece, fresh etchant is continuously sprayed or the workpiece is submerged in an etchant tank. To increase the material removal rate (MRR), the etchant is agitated and if necessary etchant is heated. The strength of etchant can be maintained by proper filtration. The addition of new chemicals replaces some percentage of used etchant by fresh one regularly. Okay, next I will present about advantage and disadvantage of this chemical machining process. For the advantage, firstly, this machining process removes material uniformly. Secondly, in this machining process, it is possible to make tapered sheets and structural members with close tolerances and a good surface finish. Thirdly, high-skilled laborers are not required for chemical machining process. And lastly, it is suitable for low production runs. Okay, next is disadvantage. First, very few metals can be machined using this machining process. Number 2, sometimes evolved gas get collected under the masking and result is uneven etching of the material. Third is the material removal rate is very low. Number 4, chemicals used in the process are corrosive in nature and can also be toxic. And lastly, in the case of machining of alloys, different machining rates result is poor surface finish. The machining rate goes down as the etchant get contaminated with the reaction product. Okay, that's all for me.
Assalamualaikum. Now I will explain about the characteristic of about the chemical machining. The characteristic is the workpiece pre-cleaning process. The surface of the workpiece metal is clean thoroughly, decreased and pickled by acid and alkali. Pre-cleaning is the most important method to remove oil, grease, dirt, rust and any foreign substance from the work surface to produce a good addition of making material. And the second is masking and scribing mask. Masking involves covering the portion of the workpiece metal where the material is not to be removed by the chemical action. Masking with the adhesive type or paint is a common practice. Although rubber, elastomer, and plastic are also used. Since it is difficult to apply masking on small surface, the masking is initially applied on the large surface. And now is etching. The unmasked surface of the workpiece is machined chemical with selected agent. Etching is carried out by immersing the work material in a tank of agitated etchant. The workpiece is carried out at high temperature depending on the etchant material. Temperature control and agitation during chemical machining. Erosion of the work material takes place from the exposed surface. The workpiece is converted into metallic salt, which is then dissolved and carried away in the etchant solution. And now the masking. When etching is completed, the mask is removed either through mechanical or chemical means. Any etchant on the work material is also removed by cold water to clean. The oxiding bath may also be required in order to remove the oxide coating or film left on the surface of the work material. In masking material is known as masking, which is used to protect workpiece surface from chemical etching. In other words, masking protect the portion of workpiece metal where material is not to be removed by chemical action of the etching. Polymer or rubber-based material are generally used as a masking material. Various masking application methods can be used such as dip, brush, spray, roller, and electrocoating, as well as adhesive tapes. And the etchant acid or alkali solution maintained within a controlled range of chemical composition and temperature. The workpiece material to be removed is sprayed or immersed in a suitable etchant. Various etchants are available for machining different material as listed in table 2. The type of etchant to be selected or machining is based on following factors.
Applications of chemical machining. 1. It is used for producing complex configuration in delicate parts. 2. It is also used in aviation industries for making aircraft wing panel. 3. It is used to manufacture very thin laminations without burrs. 4. It is used for printed circuit boards (PCB). 5. Some sheet metals are also produced by chemical machining to be used in welding or riveting. 6. Industrial application include fine grains. Application of chemical machining in stamping. CHM has been applied in a number of usages where the depth of metal removal is crucial to a few microns and the tolerance are close. The surface finish obtained in the process is in the range of 0.5 to 2 microns. Besides its removal metal from a portion of the entire surface of form of irregularly shaped parts such as forgings, casting, extrusions, or firm roadstock. One of the major applications of chemical machining is in the manufacture of boat-free, intricate stamping. The conclusion: material removal, rate, accuracy, surface finish, and environmental issues are the major challenges what chemical machining face. Rate of removal of material is dependent on the type of etchant we are using for machining process. Etchants which remove metal in a faster manner will have many side effects, including surface finish, higher heating. So the etchant should be selected in such a way that is sure balance among all these problems. Undercutting is the issue which reduce the accuracy of machining. Hydrogen embrittlement (CHM) process. It otherwise stress-free and show no thermal effects. Chemical machining greatly affects the environment since it makes use of mechanical etchants. To improve the material removal rate of chemical machining is to combine both laser machining and chemical machining.